In the shadowed hills of Nainital, GSM Public School stood not just as a prestigious institution, but as a monument to academic excellence, where the offspring of the elite gathered to learn. Ranjana, a passionate science teacher, had long dreamed of joining this revered establishment. Her heart raced with joy when she finally secured a position, and she poured herself into her work, determined to inspire the minds of her 6th to 8th grade students. As the air turned crisp with the scent of impending exams, Ranjana found herself alone in the dimly lit staff room, the clock creeping towards dusk. With papers strewn around her, she lost track of time. Consumed by the weight of her responsibilities, she had assured her parents she would return home late. But as the night wore on, the silence deepened, thickening the atmosphere with unease. When the clock struck 11 p.m., the first tendrils of worry gripped her father. Calls to Ranjana went unanswered, each ring echoing in the stillness of the night. Panic surged as minutes turned into hours. 12 a.m. slipped by, and the darkness of 3 a.m. enveloped the world outside. With a sense of dread, her father rushed to the school, only to find the gates locked, an ominous barrier keeping him from his daughter's safety. A frantic visit to the local police station soon followed, where he filed a report, each word heavy with desperation. As he stood in the station, the phone rang, an eerie tone slicing through the air. It was the school, the staff room on the line. When he answered, dread washed over him like a cold wave. He could feel the ground beneath him begin to crumble. The return to the school was swift, with the police in tow, but what they found in the staff room was a nightmare etched in reality. Ranjana lay lifeless, her body marred by a deep gash on her head, bruises and contusions painting a grim picture of violence. The evidence screamed of a brutal struggle, a life extinguished far too soon. As the police began their investigation, the shadows of uncertainty loomed large. They scoured the CCTV footage, only to find themselves ensnared in a web of confusion. Ranjana appeared on screen, diligently grading papers until 8 p.m., and then the footage corrupted. An inexplicable blackout that left the investigation shrouded in darkness. The haunting tale of Ranjana's demise spread like wildfire throughout Nainital, casting a pall over GSM Public School. The principal, desperate to shield the school's tarnished reputation, barred investigator Ajay from conducting a thorough inquiry, yet he pressed on, determined to uncover the truth hidden within the school's walls. Each unanswered question echoed through the corridors, resonating with the chilling realization that something sinister lurked, just beyond the reach of understanding. In the weeks that followed, the atmosphere grew thick with fear, whispers of the supernatural clawing at the edges of reality. Staff members spoke in hushed tones about shadows flitting across the hallways, the feeling of being watched when no one was there. As the investigation faltered, the school itself seemed to hold its breath, waiting for the darkness that claimed Ranjana to reveal itself once more. The horror of her final moments loomed large, a spectral presence that haunted not just the school, but the very souls of those who dared to enter its doors. In the heart of Nainital, where the whispers of the past lingered like fog, the old woman who ran the tea and snacks shop had always been a fixture of the community. Her gnarled hands and wise eyes had seen much, but it was her tales of the supernatural that intrigued Ajay. One day, as he sipped his tea, she leaned closer and, with a voice steeped in age-old wisdom, murmured about a ghost haunting GSM Public School, one that had claimed the life of a teacher. Ajay chuckled dismissively, a flicker of skepticism dancing in his thoughts. Yet as the sun dipped below the horizon, something about her words gnawed at him, beckoning him to explore the staff room under the cloak of night. That evening, as the school fell silent, Ajay slipped through the back gate, a quiet resolve urging him forward. The air felt thick, charged with an energy he couldn't quite place. Upon entering the staff room, an unsettling chill enveloped him, the temperature plummeting as if the very walls were exhaling a long-held breath. He locked the door behind him, ready to delve into the remnants of Ranjana's life, unaware of the darkness that lurked within. As he rifled through her locker, the fluorescent lights flickered ominously, casting erratic shadows that danced like phantoms. Ajay adjusted a tube light, but it sputtered, dimmed, and then extinguished entirely, leaving him in a suffocating blackness. He shrugged off the eerie occurrences, gathering papers in a futile attempt to bring order to chaos. But when he turned to leave, the door wouldn't budge, as if the very building had conspired to trap him within its haunted embrace. Panic gripped him as he wrestled with the door. But then a sound pierced the oppressive silence, a soft, sorrowful sobbing that sent shivers down his spine. Whirling around, he was met with a sight that petrified him. There, against the cold wall, was a woman, her back to him, weeping into the void, heart pounding in his chest. He realized he was utterly alone in the school, yet here she was, a spectre of despair. Desperate to escape, he pulled at the door again, but froze as the sobbing ceased. The air grew heavy, thick with dread, and as he turned slowly, time seemed to stretch infinitely. There, suspended in a grotesque parody of life, hung Ranjana, her spirit trapped in a macabre tableau, her body inverted from the ceiling, grief etched across her ghostly visage, his breath caught in his throat, eyes wide with horror. He felt the chill of her despair wrap around him like a phantom embrace. In an instant, Ranjana's spirit glided across the room, ethereal and sorrowful, retreating to a shadowy corner where she resumed her mournful cries. Their eyes met, and a piercing scream erupted from her spectral form, reverberating through the staff room before she dissolved into nothingness, leaving Ajay ensnared in a web of terror. Compelled by an unseen force, he moved toward the corner where Ranjana had vanished. As he approached, the air thickened, a palpable tension hanging in the darkness, and he felt as if the very walls were watching, waiting for him to uncover the truth hidden in their depths. What he found there would unravel the mystery of her death. Oh, chilling revelation that would intertwine his fate with the restless spirit forever bound to the haunted halls of GSM. Public school. The staff room, a seemingly ordinary place within the hallowed halls of GSM Public School, concealed a malevolent secret behind its wooden wall. Ajay's heart raced as he smashed through the barrier, the sound echoing ominously in the stillness. As the wood splintered and fell away, his breath caught in his throat. A ghastly sight awaited him. Nestled within the wall were human bones, bleached and stained with dark crimson remnants of life long extinguished. Nearby lay a doll, its glassy eyes staring vacantly. A lock of human hair twisted grotesquely around its neck. And beneath this chilling artifact was a photograph, the image unmistakably that of Ranjana, a haunting reminder of the vibrant spirit now lost to darkness. The realization struck like a bolt of lightning. Someone had resorted to black magic, an unholy act designed to snuff out Ranjana's life and ensnare her soul in torment. Ajay's mind raced with questions, and he quickly sought out the guard, desperate for answers about the staff room's recent renovations. The guard's revelation that the walls had been painted just weeks prior sent a jolt of urgency through Ajay. He secured the contractor's number and initiated an interrogation that would unravel the threads of this tragic tale. Under pressure, the contractor revealed the principal's directive for the wooden wall. But it was Anik Ghosh, the science teacher, who piqued Ajay's suspicions. Anik had been a frequent visitor to the staff room during school hours. The dark shadow of obsession loomed large over Anik, and when Ajay confronted him, the truth spilled forth like a broken dam. Anik's feelings for Ranjana had spiraled into an all-consuming fixation, a twisted love marred by jealousy and rage. It all came to a head on that fateful day when Ranjana, radiant and carefree, laughed with another boy. Anik's heart turned icy, flames of anger igniting within him. That evening, when Ranjana remained late to finish her work, Anik lay in wait, buried in the shadows of his own despair. When he entered the staff room, the air thick with tension, he approached her with dark intentions. Ranjana, startled and frightened, fought back, but in a moment of blind fury, Anik slammed her head against the corner of the table, extinguishing her light forever. In the aftermath of his heinous act, Anik's twisted logic led him to conceal materials of black magic behind the wooden wall, believing he could tether Ranjana's soul to him, allowing him to visit her in death as he could not in life. His older sister, versed in the dark arts, had unwittingly taught him the rituals of binding, and thus he sealed her fate with a malevolent spell. As the case unfolded, the evidence mounted against Anik, painting a grim portrait of obsession turned deadly. Justice was served as he was sentenced to life imprisonment, but the repercussions of his actions echoed through the school's corridors long after he was locked away. GSM Public School closed the staff room for good, yet whispers of Ranjana's sorrow lingered. Students and teachers alike claimed to hear the haunting sound of a woman's cries emanating from the shadows of that forsaken room. The question remained heavy in the air. Was Ranjana's soul truly free? Or was she forever bound to the place of her tragic end, trapped in a loop of anguish and despair? The chilling legacy of that evening persists, a reminder that some spirits, once wronged, may never find peace. As the sun sets over Nainital, shadows dance in the twilight, and the echoes of a lost soul remind us of the horrors that can arise from unbridled passion and darkness. What do you think? Is Ranjana still crying out for justice in the confines of that staff room? If this tale has gripped your imagination, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Kun Main, where darkness and mystery await at every turn.